Alrighty, you guys. So we are back in the normal room. It is daylight outside. It's like 12:30 something. I don't really know exactly what time it is, but yesterday, well, there's been a lot of stuff happen in the past couple days, and I haven't posted in a couple days, and I just haven't gotten to do it. I actually was going to post one yesterday, and I messed up. I was going to post one today, and I messed up. So I will definitely have one out Monday, which should be the one you're watching it right now. So, a lot has happened. I kind of crashed my four-wheeler. Not really bad or anything. I ran into a tree going about 10 miles per hour, which is not super bad. You know, I mean, it goes like 60, but I hit a tree going about 10, somewhere between 15 and 10 miles per hour. I was driving through a trail over here, and I went to turn because it had like a little S area where there's a big tree here and a big tree there. Well, when I was getting ready to go around, I didn't have enough time to turn my wheels completely, and I hit the tree, jarred myself forward. I hit my leg on the handlebar, and this arm is all messed up. And that happened 3 days ago, and my arm's still hurting. It's not hurting nowhere near as bad as it was when it first happened, though, which is good. It's not broken or anything. It's just really sore. I took some medicine for it earlier, trying to get rid of that soreness. So then, yesterday. Okay, now this is there's going to be two videos hopefully posted on Monday. This one here is going to be about fishing. So what happened yesterday was kind of crazy. Okay, so yesterday morning, it kind of starts out yesterday, or night before yesterday's evening, which would have been 2 days ago. That night, I asked my dad, I said, "Hey, Dad, can we go fishing tomorrow morning?" Which would have been yesterday morning. And he said, "Yeah." So we was getting ready to go, and I tied on the 130 Whopper plopper, because I thought, you know what, why not try to get a fish on it? We're trying to get some blow-ups on it. So I tied it on. I have it on. Well, I'll show you. I'll show it to you. Oh, crap. I forgot I had the ceiling fan on. I'm glad it didn't break my rod. Whew. Yep, didn't break the rod, which is awesome. But see, I have it on braid, so 50-pound braid. And this is my frog rod. And there it is, the 130 Whopper plopper. And so I had it tied on this frog rod with 50-pound braid, right? Okay. So I didn't want to put it on the monofilament rod, mainly because I knew this was going to be a long casting and I didn't want to stretch in the line when I went to set the hook. So I went, and my dad, he says, we get in the car, and he says, "Don't ask where we're going to a new place," okay? So I was like, okay. And turns out we're going to a place that I've never even seen. I've never looked at this place. I didn't even know this place existed, to be honest with you. And we've drove by this place like 20 times, and I've never even knew it existed. But it's a small lake, and it's got a bunch of houses all the way around it. But we knew one of the people that owned the property there, so we were able to fish back behind his house. And so we go back there, and as soon as I get up there to the dock, I see two 5-pounders, and they swim off. And I'm thinking, okay, this place has got some good sized fish in it, because if there's two 5-pounders, there's more, and they're probably bigger. So I get down off the dock, because the dock's kind of broken up looking, and I didn't really trust the boards because I'm not exactly a small person. So I get down off of the dock, and I go down on the bank, and because the water's really low around here now, it was like 6 feet low. So I grab the Whopper plopper. I think, you know what? It's calm. It's 7:30 in the morning, which is early enough for topwater action. I pick up the Whopper plopper, and I just chuck this thing as far as I can. It hits the water, and I just start winding it. I'm not twitching it, I'm not popping it or anything. Sorry about that. I'm not twitching it, I'm not popping it or anything. I just chuck this thing out there and start winding. Well, I didn't get any bites out there in the deeper part. And so I'm winding it, and there's this little dock right here, and I get the bait right up here by me, and literally about maybe a foot to a foot and a half of line out, okay? the line from the rod tip down to the bait. And all of a sudden, it just explodes. I mean, just a huge explosion, okay? And it scares the crap out of both of us, me and my dad both. Because I just wasn't expecting it, because it was my first cast with this new bait. I've never even casted this bait before. This is the first time I've ever been to this place. Sorry about that. Got something in my throat. But anyway, my first cast with this bait, here's some water. Oh. That's better. So it was the first cast I ever made with this bait. First time I've ever been to this place. And this bait just explodes. I mean, it seemed almost like it just exploded. And all I could think to do was just crack this fish. I mean, I was just going to crack it. And that's exactly what happened. And that fish had enough time to make one head shake, and I flipped her up around the bank. This fish was giant. Ginormous fish. For around here, I mean, it's about like catching a 15-pounder on Lake Fork. You know, I mean, it's huge. I mean, it's a giant fish for around here. And I was just shocked because it was my first cast with the new Whopper plopper on the new lake. First cast I ever made. And it's just crazy. And this fish weighed 5.22 pounds. Biggest fish I've ever caught, bass-wise. I've caught some big catfish. You know, I've caught some 10-plus pound catfish. But it's the biggest bass I've ever caught. Biggest bass I've ever seen. Ah, I need a drink again. Sorry about that. Anyway, biggest bass I've ever seen, biggest bass I've ever caught, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, holy crap. I mean, this thing is huge. I mean, I could literally fit my hand inside the fish's mouth, and my hand is big. I mean, it's almost the size of my dad's hand, and I could fit my fist inside that fish's mouth. And it is just a ginormous fish. And, you know, that Whopper plopper, I mean, this Whopper plopper is not a small bait. I mean, it is pretty good size. You know, it's as long as my hand. You know, there's my hand compared to it, you know. It's a big bait. And it had this hook was back on the pad of the tongue. Way back here on the very back of the pad of the tongue. And this hook was up on the top part of its nose. And it just had smoked this bait. I mean, this bait was way down in there. It smoked it. And it was right there at the bank. And it's a new personal best, you know, and I'm just sitting there like, holy cow, did that actually just happen? And to think, I seen two more fish the same size swim out from underneath of this dock. Because when I got up there, you know, my dad, he wasn't going to get on the dock. He was just going to go ahead and down. Well, when he was getting down, I seen them fish, and I was like, holy crap, them are huge. And I didn't have enough time to make a cast, and he's already gone. So I just went ahead down there. And, you know, I knew them fish there were huge. This fish here was the same size, and this fish was giant. And if you want to see the picture of that fish, just check out my new profile picture on YouTube. I sadly didn't get any of it on video. Excuse me. I didn't get any of it on video. I just, you know, when I go to a new place, you know, I want to make a few casts before I start filming because I don't know if I'm going to get bit or not. And, you know, on the very first cast, I got bit with the biggest fish I've ever caught. And, you know, there's people that say, I don't know if it's true, but there's people that say that there's 10-plus pounders in there. I don't know if it's true. You know, there's a guy that my dad knowed. He said that there was some super giant fish in there. You know, like 8-pounders and stuff. I don't know. You know, the guy was, I mean, he's an old guy, you know, and I don't know if he's telling the truth or not. He might be. He might not be. I don't know. But the guy who owns the place that we were fishing on, he said that that was the biggest fish he ever seen come out of there. But he also said that there was bigger fish in there. He said that that was the biggest fish he ever seen caught. So I have a lot of hope for it. And that's why right now I'm going to tie on one of these two swim baits. I got this hard bait bluegill swim bait made by Bass Pro Shops. It's Bass Pro Shops Z9 perch. And I figured since that big fish just completely demolished this big Whopper plopper, which is a lot bigger than both of these swim baits, if that fish is going to demolish that Whopper plopper like that, I think I'm going to have to start throwing bigger baits, like bigger swim baits and stuff. So I got this rod right here. This rod here is, it's got 10-pound Berkeley monofilament line, which is literally one of my favorite lines ever made, just because of how abrasion resistant it is and how strong it is. I mean, it's super strong. You know, I mean, it took me like half an hour just to break off a drop shot that got stuck underneath of a dock one time. That's how strong this stuff is. I mean, it is some tough stuff. And I don't think I've ever broken a fish off on it. I don't think I ever have. But, see, I had a little shaky head on there. Cut that off. There's the line. Use my trusty pocket knife. One of them, anyway. Put that back in my pocket. So, now comes the task of figuring out which one I should tie on. You know, I mean, there's a little bit of size difference. Plus, this one here is a soft plastic shad, and this one here is a hard plastic bluegill. I don't really know which one. I mean, this bone-colored Whopper plopper obviously kind of mimics a shad. You know, a wounded shad, because it is white, whitish yellow. I don't really know, though. I mean, these fish are definitely not line shy in this place, because, I mean, that's 50-pound braid. And sadly, I forgot to put this in there. That was the only bite I had the whole time I was there, was the bite I caught that fish on. So, I forgot to put that in there. But I think that this place is like another lake that I know that has a lot of bigger fish. Or, well, I shouldn't say a lot, but it has big fish, but not a lot. You know what I mean? There's some places like it, then there's some places that have a lot of small fish in it. You know, the flare fish place. You know, but this place I think has got a lot of bigger ones in it because, you know, I caught that fish and I seen them other two fish. So let's see, what should we put on here? I don't have a coin. Oh wait, I do. Yeah, I do. Oh, just about dropped the keys. Got a penny in here. Yep. We'll flip this penny right here. 2017 penny. Wow, it's 2017. Man, it's got a lot of dirt on it. 2017 penny. If it's heads, we'll put this one on. If it's tails, we'll put the shad on. Picking lures via flipping a coin. Okay, I done forgot what we said. Okay, tails, it's the swim bait. Heads, it's the hard plastic swim bait. Oh crap! Where'd that one go? Well, there goes that penny. Hang on a minute. I gotta pause this. Okay, you guys. So I found the penny. It was way back over there in the corner. It was on heads. So I am going to put this hard plastic swim bait on there. So I won't make a video on that. I'm getting ready to make another video about hunting story. So thank you for watching this little story video about that big giant bass. Thanks for watching.